Hi there, everybody. I'm Jason Bulmahn, the Game Master for Knights of Everflame, and today I'm here to talk to Erika about Tariel. Hi there, Erika. Welcome.
Hi, Jason.
So what I'd like to do today is to talk to you a little bit about Tariel, what choices you made to create the character, and kind of how Tariel came to be. So let's start out by just talking about your name, Tariel Windhaven. Now you're a half elf.
Yes.
What's the story behind that?
Oh gosh, honestly,
Yeah.
I went through a fantasy name generator and just
Okay.
wrote down names I liked, and I was like, this sounds really nice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, hey, that works, right? You know,
Yeah.
I've found names on the bottom of coffee cups, so you know it happens. Whenever we build characters in Pathfinder, we build them by going ancestry, kind of background, and class. So let's kind of talk about some of those decisions. So you started out with half elf. Now that means your heritage was already chosen, right? So you were a human, but your heritage is half elf. So you have a elven parent and a human parent. What drew you to half elf?
I really love elves. I was originally going to make a full human, but just the fae part of me was like, I can't just do human.
It's just
So
it's
it's
just too
just-
plain.
It's just too everyday.
Yeah, sure.
I'm a human every day. I don't want to be a human when I don't have to be a human.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. I think we can all relate. For background, where did you go with that?
I went, entertainer, because bard. But also, I guess, secondary to that, there's sort of like a noble background as well.
So, you know, how does entertainer play into Toriel's background?
Well, Tariel had the ability to take music lessons and different instruments, and through that she found her passion, which is the violin. But it's not necessarily what her, parents wanted her to do. So she would sneak out and go to taverns and go to inns and perform kind of behind their backs to make a little money and to explore that passion.
You know, that's really fascinating because I think we actually have a piece of art of you doing that. So, little known fact, all of the character art pieces were selected from pieces of Paizo art that we already had. We were in a bit of a rush to get season 1 rolling, so we chose characters from existing pieces of art. And Tariel ended up, the piece of art you selected is actually on the cover of the book. And so you can see Tariel performing in the middle of a crowded bar, which is probably not what her parents would have wanted.
Oh, definitely not.
So you decided that you were going to play a bard, and we're gonna explore some of the choices that you made. You know, you started out at 5th level, so a lot of the choices were already made, and during the first season we leveled up to 6th. Now, one of the first choices that you make as a bard is, what is your muse? What's the inspiration that drives you?
Well, I'm a polymath muse, but
Sure.
I also decided to take the versatile performance
Sure.
as well.
Yeah, now that all kind of comes kit and parcel together, and what that means is that the polymath is all about being good at a lot of things, right? It's not about being the expert at one particular thing, being the best that you could possibly be. It's about being good at a wide variety of skills. This kind of speaks to Tariel in some interesting ways, right? Yeah, I mean that's kind of your drive, or how would you say that plays in?
So she didn't want to just be like a really good violinist. She wanted to also be able to do a lot in conjunction with that. So it wasn't just about being like the best violinist. It was also being about a performer and having that just aura of confidence and being able to encompass a lot of different artistry within her.
Yeah. Now you've chosen some other feats as well. Let's talk about some of those.
I picked Melodious Spell,
Yeah.
which is the ability to hide a spell within your performance.
Yeah, so you can cast spells while you're playing the violin, and hopefully folks won't notice. Now, I think
Hopefully.
I think you got to use that maybe once or twice in season 1,
Yeah.
but not too often. Most of the time, the monsters wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, no.
The undead are interested in music, but not too
Yeah,
much.
I think I tried to use it on one of the guards in Cassin, and I think on Lucky once.
That makes sense. Yeah, we'll see whether or not you get another chance in season 2. Now you have a lot of spells as well, right? So
Yeah,
bards are occult spellcasters. So you get a bunch of spells that you can cast. Are there any that you're particularly enamored with or interested to use at the table?
There are some that I feel like I haven't really gotten to use. Actually, no, I've used a lot of them.
Yeah. I think everyone remembers the clutch use of Unseen Servant in season 1 to humiliate the poor Mayor Ventnor.
Poor Mayor.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. He's kind of a monster. But yeah, I think of all the folks at the table, we've seen some really interesting spell use out of Tariel, right? They're not all combat spells. A lot of them are a lot of different kind of utility spells.
And I used Mage Hand to catch, when Linnaeus is feeling a little sick.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Well, you want Mage Hand to do that because you don't want to get dirty yourself.
Oh, no.
That's fair.
No. Tariel would not keep that far away from her. I was really excited to use Phantom Steed, actually.
Yeah, that ended up being ridiculously clutch. Like, it's a spell you might look at and be like, yeah, it summons a horse. I can summon a horse with money as well.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, that was actually really useful in a number of situations, pulling the wagon along, getting folks moving along a little faster. For Tariel, it hasn't been all about, let me do the most effective thing in combat with my magic, because you can certainly go that route.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of spells that help the entire group kind of get along.
Yeah, that's what I was, I wanted to have a lot of buffs to be able to help other people. So I have, we were able to use Invisibility Sphere, which is one that I wasn't entirely sure if we were going to be able to take advantage of, really.
Yeah, I think the dwarf ended up being blind, but,
Yeah, I used it.
You didn't know he didn't have eyes. There was no way you could have known.
That.
Yeah. So, I think what we've seen is kind of, it's been an interesting journey with Tariel, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. Is there anything else that, any other choices or gear or skills or anything like that you want to talk about?
I picked kind of a funny general feat.
Yeah.
Which was breath control.
Breath control.
Which I haven't actually gotten to take advantage of yet.
Yeah.
But it just seemed appropriate for a bard to be able to have that control of her breath.
I think that makes you better at swimming and holding your breath.
Yeah.
But it does seem like something that would flow from countless lessons learning how to play wind instruments.
Yeah.
As someone who once took flute lessons, I understand breath control. That's fantastic. I'm really excited to see where you go from here.
Thank you, so am I.
And I want to thank you all for stopping by today. If you want to learn more about Tariel Windhaven, tune in to Season 2 of Knights of Everflame. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.